Hey YouTube, Wes here checking in with a brand new video. Today we are doing a celebration video to celebrate Poetry on Plastic's 5,000 subscribers. Awesome channel. I've been following your channel for a long time now. Really great channel. Talks a lot about things that aren't normally talked about in the vinyl community, like classical music and stuff like that. Also talks about other very hardcore kind of thrashy, screamy kind of music as well. His tastes are all over the place. Very interesting in that way. You never really know what you're going to get with his channel, so it's really awesome. If you are sort of curious about classical music, he does have some great sort of primer kind of videos that help you learn about the different classical labels and what's out there and what to keep an eye out for, what recordings are good and what recordings are not. Really helpful. Definitely has helped me in the past as far as knowing what to keep an eye out for in classical music when I'm in thrift stores and whatnot. There definitely are some differences in the different recordings of classical music, so there are some good ones out there to be found, and I've been able to learn a lot and pick up some great things for not a lot of money. So yeah, very great channel. Very definitely recommend checking it out. I will link him up down in the show notes below if you haven't already checked out his videos. Awesome channel. Talks about gear and audiophile type stuff. Great channel. So this is to celebrate 5,000 subscribers. As I said, he had 6 questions. The first question is a record by the first group you saw live, and yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. I'm not even going to show it, even though I do have some stuff on vinyl from them. But the first, I'll say 2 because I saw two live concerts when I was younger, sort of within a month's time. Both of the artists came through town, and that was MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice. So I'm not going to show them, but what I will show is Gamble Rogers. So Gamble Rogers is a Florida folk legend, and growing up we always went to the Florida Folk Festival every year in White Springs here in northern Florida. And Gamble Rogers is definitely one of the bigger folk legends. Very much a storyteller, troubadour kind of folk artist. Very funny, very comedic. Excellent guitar player, excellent songwriter, excellent storyteller. Yeah, so Gamble Rogers. I probably saw him before I saw Vanilla Ice or MC Hammer. So, but yeah, enjoyed going to the Florida Folk Festival growing up. That's part of my love is folk music. And definitely enjoyed seeing him growing up. So I will share this one as my first live artist. Definitely a folk legend to keep an eye out for if you're interested in folk music. All right, question number 2. Record you most listened to at 17. I was 17 in 94. My tastes were very mainstream, very much hip-hop based. That's what I was into. This is pre-internet, so didn't really have much exposure to more independent kind of music. I wasn't really tuned into the local music scene at all. So yeah, very basic. So probably something like Dr. Dre's The Chronic. Definitely listened to this a lot. The Murder Was the Case soundtrack. I remember that was pretty big. Eazy-E's, The Real Motherfucking G's. I don't remember I think it was called Straight Off the Streets was the name of the album around that time. Yeah, definitely a lot of sort of gangsta rap is what I was into. Very commercial gangsta rap when I was 17. That's what I was into, unfortunately. Not that that's a bad thing. That's just what I was into at the time. It's not cool. It's not hip. It's just what we were into. What I was into. Okay, question number 3, a release that was an entry point into a new genre. And yeah, as I alluded to earlier, my tastes were very mainstream, very commercial until I found the vinyl community and started interacting with people here and learning more about different kinds of music and really trying to explore different kinds of music. And one of the things I picked up early on in the vinyl community, I think probably Dan in Canada probably turned me on to this group and this album, and that is Earth, Angels of Darkness, Demons of Light. So Earth, if you're not familiar with them, they're kind of a they're listed as post rock, but it's very, very heavy, very sludgy, very slow metal type music, instrumental, something I never heard of before. I probably would never pick this up in a blind buy unless it was in a thrift store or something. Maybe I would give it a shot, but just in a record store doing a blind buy, I would see this and like, I don't know what the hell's that. I don't know what that is. It doesn't look that interesting to me. Without knowing the music, I probably would say, oh, this is not going to be something I would like at all. It's going to be loud and thrashy, and it's not. It's very slow, very melodic, very moody. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. So definitely something that got me into more of this sort of post-rock, ambient rock music. And definitely this fits into the more the doomier, sludgier, metal kind of ambient rock music. So yeah, this was definitely an entry point for me. It was the Earth, Angels of Darkness, Demons of Light 1. Question number 4, a record you use to show off your stereo. I've never really shown off my stereo to anyone. I've had some people ask, and I'll try to play something that they know. I'll ask them, what kind of music are you into? What's your favorite album? If I happen to have that album, I'll play it for them, that kind of thing. If not, if in general they're kind of a person of my age, I'll try to play something that they'll probably know, they'll probably be pretty familiar with, like Play the Wall. This sounds great on vinyl. And it's something people around my age will be very familiar with, grew up listening to this a lot, as well as another Pink Floyd one that was pretty popular among people my age is the Division Bell, another one that sounds great on vinyl. So I might play them something off of that. If they're more into heavier stuff, Metallica, the Black Album, self-titled, you know, everybody knows these songs at this point. They're everywhere. So, you know, I try to play something that people will know, maybe like Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. Something that they'll know is what I try to go for if I want to sort of show people what vinyl is all about and show off my system. All right, question number 5 has to do with a record that is mixed or recorded horribly that you love, and I went straight for this one. This is Asia's Astra. Yeah, this album was mixed horribly. I think John Wetton had a hand in the mixing of this album, and his hearing's not so good, and it's bad. And I've even ordered a UK pressing of this. I ordered a Japanese pressing of this. It's just the master itself is bad. But I love this album. I love the group Asia. This thing just sounds, it's shrill and high pitched, and it does not sound good at all. All right, I wouldn't say it's not the worst recording I've ever heard, but it could be a lot better, and the songs are excellent, so I'd love to hear a more properly mixed version of this. But yeah, Asia's Astra was what first came to mind on that question. All right, then question number 6 is your ideal next equipment upgrade. This is something I've been thinking about a little bit. I have been using the Nagaoka MP110 cartridge. I've kind of fallen out of love with that cartridge. I don't know. I feel like it colors the sound a bit too much for my tastes. You know, at first when I listened to it, I really found it very interesting. I found it very pleasant to listen to. It has great soundstage, but it's just a little too warm. It lacks a lot of detail in the high end, I think, is one of the things I'm running into with it. So I think I'd like to try maybe just a different cartridge, try a few more other cartridges. I put the Ortophone 2M Red back on to my turntable recently and been enjoying that again. That's a great cartridge, 2M Red. I had a 2M Blue recently that I got to test out, and I was not impressed with the 2M Blue. It just, I don't know, didn't seem any different from the 2M Red in my opinion. I played lots of different records with it. I didn't find it to be better sounding in any way over the red. So for less than half the price, I'll stick with the red if I'm going Ortophone. Maybe moving up into the black or something would be a sound improvement, but I was not impressed with the 2M Blue. Curious about a few other cartridges that are out there. I like to keep things on the low end price-wise. You have to buy a new stylus every year, so I just don't want to invest a lot of money into buying cartridges and styluses. It's you spend $100 on a stylus, you can buy 5 or 6 records with that money. And I'd rather spend my money on records than equipment. But I do try to keep my equipment sounding the best it can. I do really love my turntable. It's a Project RM 1.3. Great turntable. Thinking about maybe trying some different cartridges. Sumiko has a new Rainier cartridge that they're working with. I'm curious about the higher end versions of the new Audio-Technica VM95, I think it is. They have some nude elliptical styluses and some other higher end fine line stylus that's kind of got me curious. I want to try some of those out. I often like to just switch things up, so I'm always trying different things, trying different alignment methods. I just like to tweak things around. So yeah, just nothing major on the horizon as far as my equipment. I'm pretty happy with how it sounds. I've been enjoying how the 2M Rend is sounding right now, so I'm going to stick with that for a while. Okay, so that's going to do it for this Poetry on Plastic 5,000 subscribers contest entry. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed my responses. Check out his channel and the link down below. Enter the contest if it's still time when you see this video. Have a great day, a great night. Remember, there is no bad music, only music you don't like, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.